And welcome to Anonymous Bites Back, episode 92. It's been a while since our first episode. Can't believe
92.
we're at 92.
Wow. It's nuts.
um, yeah. So I guess this week we'll start it off with before I forget, for you nons out there, a lot of us are doing Op Safe Winter. I'll be posting some links throughout the week. But if you guys want to, if you guys want to do, do an op for Op Safe Winter, in your local city, but now would be the time to get started because it's starting to get cold everywhere. But let's jump to what's going on. So Lauri Love, I think might be on the show in the next, well, very very soon. Again, Lauri Love. If you don't know the backdrop of what's going on with Lauri Love was one of us, and he's right now. Hypothetically, what could happen is that he is right now he's fighting an appeal to get extradited to the United States. If he gets extradited, he's going to face 99 years and have three trials in three different states of the United States. He's been fighting this tooth and nail out in the UK. Today and yesterday were his appeals in the Royal High Court in the United Kingdom. Um, I want to thank everybody, for showing their support, and showing up at the Royal High Court. Um, but we're kind of, I think the decision was made that it would take a little bit of time for any decision that would come out of that. So I think Lauri has to be back in court. Um, I don't know. I didn't. John, do you know the date he has to be back? John.
Uh,
I don't think
no,
any
not
of us
yet.
know. I don't think any
No.
of us know. But I do know that they said it was going to take a while for them to make a decision on what's happening with Lauri. Um,
Now, can I ask for those who maybe don't know? And honestly, I came in the last show we had about Lauri Love late.
yeah.
What is he getting charged with? Why is he getting extradited? Why do they want him in the United States?
Well, they're accusing him of stealing data. I believe it was the NSA military, breaking into military stuff.
Okay, but what did he steal?
Yeah. So I believe that was one of his arguments. I think when he was in court, I think he said, that he would plead guilty to any of the charges that the United States was accusing him of, but they haven't come up with an official list of what exactly he's being charged with. So
What?
yeah.
They don't even know what to charge him with.
I don't think that they've officially released all of it. No.
Wow.
No.
Okay. And
No.
isn't he autistic?
Yeah, he suffers from Asperger's.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's important to mention that these events happened during shortly after the suicide of Aaron Swartz, and many of these activists were enraged about it, and this included Lauri Love, and they asked a lot of attention towards this situation with Aaron Swartz, and now he's being charged, and they claim he's part of this operation, this hacking operation. We can't confirm he actually was, of course.
Yeah.
They're accusing him, so. But it has to do with the Aaron Swartz case and what happened shortly after that. So.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think there was a little backdrop on the story that a lot weren't aware of. That there were several others that were nabbed out of that what was going on at that time frame. So, like I was talking to Troy about this before the show, because they weren't exactly sure how Lauri even came to be in all of these nabbings. So,
okay.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, if he doesn't get extradited to the United States, he would face potentially 3 years in prison in the United Kingdom versus 99 years in the United States, which is
Well,
ridiculous. I mean, there's the,
it is.
I mean, Kevin McNick only did like what he did. What is that, like 5 fucking years? That's it.
Dude, Edward Snowden, I think, is like what 35 if he comes back. 35 years.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, come on.
yeah.
And they don't even have charges. So I don't even care about legally. Like, logically, what are you charging me with to extradite me? You can't extradite me without charges.
You're right.
Does that not make sense?
That does make sense.
So the guy's just getting the shaft. It's ridiculous, and he probably has to spend a ridiculous amount of money. And he's already going through such a rough time in life. I mean, but this is what all these alphabet armies do: is they target the people that necessarily can't defend themselves.
Well, yeah, he's been fighting this for I think it's like 3 years now. Has it been 3 years now, John?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, and how do we classify this like 99 years? Is this like a lifelong prison sentence or like a death sentence? I mean,
Right. So did he hack into a drone and kill people? Because he didn't kill anybody. He's not getting 99 years. That's dumb. Like, what do you get 99 years for?
I don't know.
Breaking into government, military stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, you could. So he's going to have like federal wiretapping,
say that, right? Yeah, but like Edward Snowden, the the hacker 4chan, they only are going to give him 35 years if he comes back. Like, I mean, they may kill him, but
yeah, he might. Yeah, if Snowden came back, he would get he'd probably get a bullet in his head. Firing squad.
Yeah. But legally, they're saying, yeah, we're only going to give you 35 years. And he leaked everything. Like, he's still leaking stuff.
Yeah, Lauri is alleged to have done worse than Snowden. He's alleged to be the first hacker to get into the Federal Reserve.
Troy, that voice changer is so creepy.
Yeah, well,
so it changes the year sentence a little bit.
I think it's like 3 a.m. where Troy's at, so it's gonna be like super
dry throat there.
But yeah, I don't understand the whole, like, I'm not a lawyer. I mean, I don't understand the legal process. I just don't understand how they can have, if he would come here, he would have 3 different cases in 3 different states in the U.S. Don't you think that, like, I don't understand it, like, myself. But then again, the laws here are very wacky, you know.
Oh yeah.
I think it would be like a disgrace to like the UK justice system. Like,
oh yeah, it's gonna. I would say the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like a complete lack of respect. I mean, yeah.
Right. I mean, it's not like he tried to take down 9 Bitcoin exchanges last night, right?
Yeah. So yesterday, I was watching what was going on the Bitcoin exchange, or one of them, and at 10:09 Eastern time, somebody pulled out $50 billion out of cryptocurrency, and I don't know much beyond where or who it came from. Dropped the fucking currency, devalued it like 12%. It only took hours before other people were trying to buy it. We're trying to cash out of the cryptocurrency, saying that Bitcoin is crashing, and then nobody's saying that there was a DDoS attack that had happened. But I counted 7 exchanges that were I was unable to access. A lot of them are saying that it was it was too much traffic and buying and selling and trading going on. I think CoinDesk was saying that they had 8 million extra users that time, but I think that's utter fucking bullshit because we dealt with the same shit. I think it was in June or July. So they've already upgraded their system. So what I think was a coordinated, distributed denial of service attack, and nobody's saying anything. I think the only one that said anything in the last couple of weeks was Bitforex, who always gets DDoS. But I really think that somebody deliberately tried to crash the market or try to do some sort of fucking weird heist. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, and it comes on the eve of the federal government trying to take down Bitcoin. Right?
Yeah. So there's an open case right now with the Internal Revenue Service where they were hounding a San Francisco-based company. I believe somewhere. I think it's San Francisco or San Jose or some shit like that. Anyway, CoinDesk is based, I believe, on the West Coast, and they've been fighting this case tooth and nail. The IRS wanted, essentially what they wanted was all of the names, users, and access, any identifying information of pretty much all of the users that have used CoinDesk, essentially identifying them, because now the IRS is classifying a cryptocurrency as property, which I guess is taxable, which they have to declare. I don't know the legality of it, but it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the cryptocurrency in the first place, is that you don't know who's fucking doing what, and it's a direct threat to the central banks, which is essentially an evil thing. And now, I guess they caved in. I guess what had to come out of that is that now, if you had a CoinDesk, account anywhere between 2013 to 2015, and you bought or sold more than $20,000, your information is now in the hands of the Internal Revenue Service, and you're probably gonna get a nasty letter in the mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it's for taxes? Do you think that they're just trying to shut it down?
I think that they're just trying to scare everybody to try and get out of cryptocurrency because it's a threat to the central banking system. That's just my take on it.
It'd be for tax evasion because for your taxes you're supposed to count your Bitcoin transactions. They're not necessarily against it as long as they get their tax. But they could tell by the traffic and the little trickle of money they're getting in. It's like, hey, wait a minute, there's a lot more going on there. Then they pounce on you.
Yeah,
tax evasion.
I guess, but it kind of defeats the whole purpose of it. What cryptocurrency was there for was a replacement to these central banking systems. I don't know.
Yeah. So they're just defending their turf, basically. That's
pretty much.
You come to the same thing. Yeah, same conclusion.
Only like everybody and their mother has their version of cryptocurrency, so it doesn't matter.
Who did you say has their own cryptocurrency now?
Everybody and their mother? Like,
no. Before that, before the show, you said who was it?
Oh, even Ghostface Killer. Ghostface Killer has his own. It's called Cream.
Cream.
Yeah, cash rules, crypto rules.
Cash rules everything around me.
Yeah, crypto rules everything around me. Like everybody and their mother is coming up with a cryptocurrency. So all you got to do is decentralize maybe Bitcoin, but it'll spread to other, they'll just diversify. It's kind of like when there became too many normals on Facebook, and then people were like, hey, let's go to Vine because we're done with the normals on Facebook. And then people came back because they were like, okay, maybe there's not so many. Maybe we can talk to people. I don't know. You have Twitter, right? You can have the tweets.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I
think you're right. That like these people are not going back to like the fiat currencies. They're just going to the altcoins, the other coins.
Yeah, because you're not going to take your cryptocurrency and go, okay, let me tell the United States government how much money I have now so that they can tax it. I would love that. I would love to take all this money that I've earned that I didn't want anybody to know about and put it back into the American system so that I can go to jail.
I wouldn't be surprised if an ultimatum came somewhere along the lines if cryptocurrency keeps on getting bigger, where they will declare it illegal. You know.
Well, they shut the exchanges down in China. No more there.
Yeah, that is true.
Right.
No VPNs.
That is true.
No,
Yeah,
no
somebody
encryption
else.
apps.
I was going to say, yeah, there's already been the first case since they enforced that where for selling a VPN, there's already been an arrest made in China.
Yep. So it won't be long. 5 years at the most.
Well, I think China can. So China has a little more control of their internet than America does. I think they can shut it down a little bit easier.
Well, you know, like if this Title II thing goes, they change net neutrality. I don't know. I guess all internet services, service providers will be.
No, we talked about this. All we're going to do is take Ethernet cables, and we're going to go to each other's house, and drive an Ethernet cable across the way. Or we'll set up Raspberry Pis that have their own Wi-Fi Bluetooth system that'll connect to other Raspberry Pis, connect to other Raspberry Pis. We'll make our own network. Fuck them.
And I once looked into the paperwork of how to set up your own internet service provider. It's like, it's a lot of fucking paperwork.
Well, you just need handshakes, right? You need encryption, you need handshakes. I mean, yeah, you can do the paperwork, but why don't you ask for forgiveness first? So just do it. Ask for forgiveness. And then, oops, it's already there. Why don't we use it?
Don't they have that already, the mesh networks?
Yeah, but they're not. Well, I mean, like small networks and shit like that, but nothing real big or anything like that.
Well, it's like
like college parties.
It's that fire chat concept, hooking the Bluetooth or the peer-to-peer wireless.
Yes,
there were a few of them out there. Now, this is not the new mesh networking. That's like the stuff they're selling for the house. This was like the computerized kind of, standalone internet mesh network.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's bridges, switches. Okay.
No, yeah, it's still a lot of work.
Yeah,
everybody has to buy in.
A lot of Cat 5 cables. You're right. We can do it though.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they start blocking websites, if we could. No, they would get us there using peer-to-peer networks. They would already got us because they already have blocks on the internet service provider. That would have been a stupid idea. I don't even know why I said that out loud.
Well, the only people that are going to notice that their internet is really lagging are the people that haven't used it for 30 years, like we have.
You know what fucking pissed me off today? Like I wanted to fucking call up Alex Jones on his fucking show and tell him to go fuck himself. Like Alex Jones was Alex Jones was on today. There was a caller that said they wanted to debate with Alex, or it was yesterday. Was that yes? That was yesterday. Alex Jones had a live stream today from his fucking Facebook page, saying that he wanted to debate his stance on net neutrality. I didn't know where the fuck he stood at, and he was defending Dictator Pi, him tearing down what happened during the Obama administration to Title II of the internet. And he was saying because it was for censorship and shit like that. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, I don't fucking think that Alex actually knows what the fuck he's talking about. Like, I really don't, because he was saying that Google is censoring me and blah, 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 this. And I'm like, what's going on here?
I think it's a beatbox challenge.
Yeah. I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows what's going on.
No, he doesn't. He's an
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah,
Just-
and he got really mad. He got really mad. He got really mad when this guy was trying to confront him on it, and he was saying that this pie guy from the FCC is going after people in the Silicon Valley for censorship, and I'm like, I don't know if anybody's really read the fucking paperwork. Like, essentially what it's going to do is going to set up slow and fast lanes to websites.
Yeah.
And it's going to have a dynamic effect because a lot of web servers and hosting servers are in the U.S., so there are going to be international problems, and that's not the worst part. The worst part is that they're going to leave. Actually, what it's going, they're going to allow internet service providers to basically block or censor whatever they want to do. So each internet service provider is going to be its own police force. Like, do we really need such a thing? I mean, the internet's been around. The internet was kind of built around, spreading of information, whether it be really, really bad or really, really good. It doesn't matter what it is. Anybody should have access to it. It shouldn't be up to an internet service provider or a government or anybody to tell us what we can or cannot look at. If I want to fucking look at jihadi shit, I can look at jihadi shit. If I want to fucking look at whatever, a unicorn video, I should be able to look at it,
Yeah.
And it's going to have a dynamic effect. Why am I hearing myself? I'm hearing myself talk. Most servers are in the U.S., so there are going to be international problems, and that's not the worst part. Wait, where am I hearing myself talk from? What it's going.
I don't know. I'm hearing that too.
Allow internet service providers. Ed. Basically, Ed, block or censor whatever they want.
Coming from you, Ed.
Ed. So each internet service provider is going to be its own. Ed, do we really need that? Been around. Ed was kind of built, spreading of information, whether it be really, really bad or really, really good. It doesn't matter what it is. Anybody should have access to it. It shouldn't be up to an internet service provider or a government or anybody to tell us what we can or cannot look at. If I want to fucking look at jihadi shit, I can look at jihadi shit. If I want to fucking look at unicorn video, I should be able to look at it, Ed,
what is going on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm hearing this like over.
It's coming from you. I hear myself talk. Servers are in the U.S., so there are going to be national problems. That's not the worst part. Wait, where am I hearing myself talk from? Ed.
I don't know. I'm hearing that too.
Somebody's repeating all this over and over.
Ed, it's coming from your computer. Ed, Ed, what? Hello? Ed, it's over. Okay, that's done with. All right.
Is it fixed now?
Whose streets are streets? Whose streets are streets?
But I was kind of weirded off. Maybe the internet handoff, with one of the main DNS servers, was handed over to the United Nations. I thought that might have been a big kick in the balls to the internet, but apparently that wasn't where it's at. This might be the
it's the commercial companies, right? I mean,
yeah,
this
is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the corporatization of the internet. The freedom of information that's out there, and not only will they be blocking internet service will be blocking sites, but they're going to basically determine how fast you can access these websites. And because of all of this shit, you might have to pay a higher fee to access streaming sites such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever the fuck they're charging at this point. But in the long run, this is not going to be a good idea. I don't understand how this is a good idea in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and you got like the risk of creating this internet 2 thing. Like it becomes like like on your television, right? That you can order like a specific number of channels, and you have to like pay extra for the full package.
Yeah. So what if what if internet service providers deny you can what if I'm just kind of thinking in my head if they actually could deny you accessing any small peer-to-peer networks, they could probably do that as well if they could deny access to websites. You know.
Yeah, they could, or at least they could like slow it down in such a way that it's.
Yeah, I would say bye bye Tor, bye bye I2P, bye bye GNU network.
Yeah.
Guys, what my sounding like?
You sound like a little child.
I am a little child. I just sneaked in.
But
Where am I?
I was really pissed off at what was going on. With the fact that Alex was even pumping out videos about that, and I don't know. But anyway, but fuck Alex. He's fucking sold out a long time ago. So we have until the 14th to make a big stink about it. That would be the final vote decision on December 14th on what's going to happen to Title II of the Internet. My suggestion would be is to go to battleforthenet.org, email the FCC, email them a billion times if you want to. Start doing open protests at any FCC facility. Tell your friends.
One solution, revolution. One solution, revolution.
But now would be the time to make your voices heard. I've seen that the net neutrality kind of disappear out of things. And you know what's fucking weird? And it's been weirding me out. And John, you might have noticed this as well. Is that a lot of services have blocked linking to the Firefox web browser. And I don't believe it's due to any coding regulation or whatever the fuck is out there, because Firefox has been a big proponent for fighting what's happening with net neutrality.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. And I would like to recommend another thing that to protest is that because the big parties who are pushing this are AT&T, Comcast, and Verizon. Verizon. So the companies are pushing this. So if you want to protest them, then get away from these companies as your provider and switch to a provider that actually supports net neutrality.
Well, here's how great of a company Verizon is. So I mean that in a sarcastic way. So Verizon in the next couple of months is going to cut off service to 8,500 people across the United States because they live in rural areas. The point being is they live so far from where the actual cell tower is, they're running on what's known as roaming data. So they're just completely cutting them off, leaving them SOL. And this is these kind of actions you will see in the future if this goes on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. I don't know what that was. I apologize.
That was like
or something.
That was like a weird feedback loop.
It was like an infinite loop going on.
Yeah.
Where's Bullwinkle? We got Rocky. Where's Bullwinkle?
Yeah, I thought it was Troy with his voice modulator. I was like, okay, he's just repeating my name.
I don't know. I was talking about net neutrality, and all of a sudden, this weird feedback fucking loop was going on. It was crystal clear, so it was coming from directly in. I don't even think it was coming from your microphone, dude. It was fucking weird.
No, it was the computer itself. It froze up. I had to shut it down. I'm on my phone now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
who is in general is for these regulations are big companies.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of them, but in general, that's the big clue. Is
because they're going to make money, right?
Yeah, somehow behind they've got it rigged behind the scenes. When this goes through, they're going to make money.
Well, the globalists, the elite, they want control of our internet. That's what they want.
Yeah, and they're doing the same in other countries. I mean, in Portugal already net neutrality is killed.
So I think that's somebody tapping on the screen.
Yeah, Troy. I'm gonna kill you. I can hear you.
It's he's got his crapper is clogged.
So it'll shut down the internet or slow it down for certain people, or just shut it down for people altogether. And then they'll be able to charge the people that actually have the money different tiers of speeds and different
we will
websites.
see internet service providers picking and choosing what websites you cannot go to, and I even think this will go into certain Tor networks. Maybe if they wanted to block your access to Tor, they could do that as well, or even accessing any peer-to-peer networks.
So all we have to do is emulate the lowest tiers into everybody else's system, and then we shut off the mainstream media to the rest of the world.
And I'm trying to wrap my head around what you said.
Well, so they're going to set it up so only certain people can see certain websites, blah blah blah. But what if there was a way to duplicate that so that we could make sure that only people see non-mainstream sites? Or mainstream sites. So they don't see the mainstream. They don't see MSN. They don't see CNN. They don't see Fox News. They try to access it, but we block them because we've cloned the process.
I'm not saying that's like highly impossible, but
no, it's definitely like close to impossible. I don't know how to do it.
It's not.
It's probable because I thought of it, right? So I've just actualized it. I'm getting deep. I know. It's all good.
We're going to get Troy on it, and he's going to whip it out in a couple hours. Don't worry about it.
Right on.
He's working on it right now.
Deep. See? That was Neo.
I guess Varian Aries says he was fucking around.
Oh, that's Troy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good.
But we've seen bigger threats, to the internet in the past. I think it was SOPA or PIPA. What they wanted you to do, I think under SOPA or PIPA, they wanted users to have a ID number before they log into what's known as the internet, and essentially identifying any person on what they're doing on the internet. And at first I thought, like, well, how are they going to implement such a thing? And I was like thinking, well, you can't basically, you can't add on to the protocols. I mean, you can't just implement these random ass. But then I'm like, wait a second, there wouldn't be an add-on protocol. So when you log on to your internet service provider, you would have to have some sort of login or some sort of thing that would identify you, who you are, where you are. But if we let this go, it's only going to get worse from here on. I guarantee that. This is a crucial point, for the internet in the United States.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they will implement this with these websites. Maybe they're even going to limit their DNS service to only allow a number of sites to be resolved.
Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, because I don't know how you couldn't ghost somebody else's computer and then just use their internet connection. I mean, what? It's just like a proxy. You could proxy anything.
In theory, if you can even connect to the internet and you can reach Google DNS servers, they could provide these things to you.
Right.
Yahoo even. So I'm not very sure how they will do it. It's like the Great Firewall of China or something.
Well, I was gonna say, if your internet service provider is picking and choosing where you're gonna go, then you ain't going very far.
Well, you just get a new provider. You just get a new service, so you find a way around.
That's true.
But yeah, that's not for everybody, right? So that's for the majority of the society won't know
how to switch their DNS server.
That they're being.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they won't even know that they're being throttled because they don't know what the internet was before they started. We have people just getting internet connections now, younger kids, whatever, that won't know the difference.
That's
and
true.
then their kids won't know even worse. Just be like, oh yeah, the internet was always this way. I can only watch 10 websites a month.
Something that you said something like, it's funny that you said something like, I completely forgot about this. I have a friend who lives out, in Haleo, Hawaii. I don't know if this happened recently, within the last couple of months. They were telling me that their internet service provider, they weren't able to access. They weren't able to access streaming content, and they were saying that they had called and called and called and threatened their internet service provider, and like, what the fuck is going on? Apparently, their internet service provider had already implemented throttling on their service, and I'm like, they haven't changed the laws yet, so I guess some companies are already prepared, you know.
Yeah, and they are defending this by saying that in some European countries it's already like this, and that's true. But they're giving priority power to like YouTube and Facebook and stuff, and that's true that they're already doing that. They're putting them like in front of the line on our networks. But there is such a big difference in bandwidth availability that we are not even noticing this here. And in the US, it's different. Just because it's such a large country, of course. So they're defending it. They're saying like, yeah, even in like Netherlands and stuff, it's already happening. Yeah, but we don't have like congested bandwidth here.
We do a lot
so
here in the US. Yeah. I'd say I've been all over the US. So there's a lot of shitty internet service providers all over the US. A lot of shitty bandwidth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not everywhere like that, but yeah, it's
false advertising. That's what I see on the speeds for sure.
Guys, what does my voice sound like?
Like an elf.
Better get your toys. You're running out of days. You only got 25 days or so. Get your toys ready. It's for the kiddies. Yep.
I'm Troy's wife. My name is Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
Troy's been a bad boy.
Let me see. I got something else that came up from a video that Preston was talking to me about. This is not related to net neutrality. So the health ranger is a guy who has a YouTube video. He has a YouTube channel, and he is a what does he do again? He is a
he sells some health foods, and the other thing he has a pretty extensive lab where he tests all kinds of like foods and whatnot, and then prints out, goes out to the press with what he finds. He's got like mass spectrometers and all kinds of lab equipment.
Yeah, so he put out this video on November 27th, which is a little weird video for it. Like, I guess I don't really follow him too well, but I did see this video that you showed me where he was saying that military personnel, or these private military contractors are planning for, according to his source, are planning for a domestic deployment for mass civil unrest.
Okay. So what could create mass civil unrest? Lack of food, lack of water.
If you knew...
Hi, can you tell me why Troy has been on your show?
I don't know.
He's in a lot of trouble. That's a good question.
That's a good question. He just weasels his way on
here. He's meant to be possessing people, and instead he's on anonymous.
But his conclusion was coming up. The fact that anybody knew this kind of this kind of information was coming up would mean that somebody is pre-planning another false flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what would be the false flag to cause civil unrest? Because everybody's pretty logical so far. I mean, even all the shit that they've tried doesn't work.
What is it? Operation, not Jubilee, Operation, what is the one, the one the Pentagon's been doing for the last 5 years? The one that's revolved around money? Jade Helm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I've heard this.
Yeah, so Jade Helm was created in case of a massive civil unrest here in the United States. I think it was originally the original theory behind it was that people would flip the fuck out if the United States economy had fallen and crashed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all. I can't say this on live on TV.
I would
But yeah, kind of want that, but I don't want your average person to freak out. I just don't want the system to hold enslavement over its people anymore. But I don't think everybody will just freak the fuck out. I think people would just start to band together, and neighborhoods will start to band together.
They're not going to do anything, man.
I think
if they can pull off a Las Vegas massacre, they can do anything.
Well,
that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, relative, right? Massacre. So,
Fuck the government.
I don't know. I think it's all wag the dog. I don't believe any of it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for every one of these videos, it said that they're planning something. So another false flag. I get those kind of videos every couple of days.
Right. So we were planning to invade Russia. We were planning to invade North Korea. We were planning to invade Syria. We were planning to invade. Well, we're already in Syria. We
didn't ever get to Sudan though. That was one of the plans. Remember on the 7 countries?
It's all been just fear. Oh my God, something's gonna happen every day. Some YouTube channel, some amazing person who's not connected to anyone in the government got this amazing tip, and now he's the guy that everybody looks towards for the news. It's all bullshit.
The fear
thing
stuff
that really caused real civil unrest would be loss of food.
Yeah. In here, they're stating Iran is going to hit us with missiles. So
yeah, Iran, Iraq. You know what? Everybody's going to hit us, but yet we're the only one that hits everybody. So fuck that.
I was going to say, fat boy just got himself an ICBM.
Yeah, well, that okay. So what that the mainstream news told us? We don't even know if that's true. These guys don't even have power half the day. I mean, I don't believe any of it anymore. I think it's just to keep us in fear, so that we don't actually work on anything productive. We work on making Facebook posts and making tweets and talking about everything we're gonna do, but not doing a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's cynical, but I don't believe it.
It's true, and I mean, it's even more obvious because it's at the same time, or even maybe a day in between, that this guy said he could reach the U.S. with his missiles. Iran states they are going to increase their missile range to 5,000 miles, so they can reach the entire EU.
Yeah. Right, and I read an article in the paper in 1970 that said the exact same thing. These guys are just regurgitating the goddamn points.
It's you can blow me up. I'm going to build a bigger missile to blow you up.
Right, and an asteroid could come and hit us any day. Where
You're in the Twilight Zone.
Do you know which one it is, please?
He took the elevator down.
Listen, Troy, we're having a serious conversation about apathy here. Okay, can we get back to that?
Maybe that's appropriate.
Right? Yeah. It is totally appropriate.
Yeah, I mean,
really, it's just one big misdirection, and it's happened every day this year. Every day this year, oh my God, somebody's gonna die. There's gonna be an operation. There's gonna be bombs are gonna go off. This country's gonna get bombed, and none of it's happened. None of it. Absolutely none of it. But you know what has happened is we pushed through executive orders, we pushed through all these laws in our government, and nobody's paying fucking attention. The only thing they're paying attention to is the clown show on TV, the drama, the conspiracy theory, the ones that are created on purpose by 4chan, by Reddit. That's what people are paying attention to. Oh my God, another thing's going to die. I need to get a subscription to this YouTube channel. They know the answer. Nobody else does, but they do. And everything else is scary.
I was gonna say if I had a dollar for every end of the world video I've ever seen on YouTube. Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey guys, you got to pay attention to this. They're not going to tell you this. This is the real truth. The truth. I've heard truth so many fucking times this year. I'm tired of it. Like
fire and brimstone coming down.
Yeah. And nobody's going to tell you this, guys. Nobody's going to tell you this. It's all clickbait, and they're all getting views, and everybody's loving it while they're all spitting lies. It's all lies. And none of them get held accountable for it. The next day, nothing happens. Or the September 18th, something's going to happen, nothing happens. The 24th, nothing's going to happen. There's videos that are pushed out behind the scenes in Facebook chat, and I have to sit there and say it's fake every day. Fake. Somebody somewhere is telling me don't accept a message from Jaden Smith. Check out this video about these chemtrails. Oh my God, there's these big pharma people that are killing off these health professionals. And it's all bullshit. All of it is bullshit. I'm sorry. I just fucking ranted for like 5 minutes. But
hey, well, they said they were going to propagandize you. I mean, here you go. I mean, let's just pump it out there, you know.
It's all been propaganda, and all it is to exhaust everyone so that they forget that they actually witnessed a false election. They forget that they actually witnessed a whole bunch of pedophilia by our elites. They forget that they witnessed the Panama Papers and the Paradise Papers and all this actual criminal behavior instead of watching the fantasy bullshit that I can watch on Netflix. Okay, I'm done.
No worries.
Yeah, and that they're effectively killing the entire internet in 2 weeks.
Yeah, nobody's going to pay attention to that. You know what? So Cheeto, the fucking clown, the con man, who just got into the presidency, because that office doesn't count, he goes on and says a racial slur, which actually Elizabeth Warren definitely needs to be held accountable for that. She lied. She got into college about faking to be a Native American. And that's true, but he did it so that we wouldn't pay attention to the two judicial nominees that were going through. One of them hadn't even made a case, hasn't even fucking made a trial case, and he's going to be in the Supreme Court. That's what they don't want you to pay attention to. The actual stuff on C-SPAN that's not sexy, that nobody really cares about, that actually affects our country and our Constitution and our laws.
Yeah.
For the second time, I'm done.
No, I was going to say, no, you have a point. You know, when everybody was worried about the fucking bump stock, when, Belt Loop can do the same thing.
Yeah.
What
happened to talk about bump stocks?
Yeah. Well, when they were talking about these fucking bump stocks, what a Belt Loop can do to a fucking any semi-automatic rifle. You can. They passed what was known as the Liberty Act, which further infringed on our constitutional rights.
Absolutely. What happened the last shooting was AR-15s. The last shooting before that was automatic weapons, and nobody gives a shit. Less than 1% actually owns all the guns in America, and they're not going to regulate it. They don't care.
Well, it's all a charade, it's. Well,
it's a shell game.
Yeah.
It's look here while we're doing this here. It's misdirection. It's the world's greatest magician in the world. It's the world's greatest tricks. His tricks are misdirection.
Well, yeah, it's not know who the true enemy is,
Right. And the true enemy is ourselves because we believe it. Do you believe all this shit that's happening?
Well, I do believe that there are people with a lot of money that are trying to manipulate the world into total domination. I do believe that.
Well, yeah, because they have usurped power. We have allowed it, and now they have the power. So now they're just going to continue to amass more power. It just makes sense.
Well, we also had the means to destroy them, and now they're manipulating that market. Who the fuck had $50 billion and pulled it off the fucking cryptocurrency? I mean, unless my theories were right, call me a paranoid motherfucker. That they are one of the elite was Satoshi Nakamoto that created the designs for cryptocurrency.
Well, it could be. I mean, so the last time they robbed, well, I mean, there's a robbery like every year from somewhere in the manner of millions throughout government. But the last time they robbed like a ridiculous amount of money, they had to bring down a big building to do so and start a big war in order to get a whole bunch of money. Now they could convince a whole bunch of people to invest in something that's not even real, but they made it real after they invested, and now they've just taken all the money and run. Like, see you later. And we don't even know who did it. Like, there's no record of who did it except for the handshake.
Well,
Candy canes.
well, yeah. I was gonna say somebody fucking had like $50 billion and pulled it off.
Yeah,
That's only a handful of people. I mean, besides maybe a government investment, but
right. And it was brilliant.
Candy canes.
They
are
did it
nice.
brilliantly.
Yeah, it's
So
like
yeah,
one
I mean,
third of the
are
entire-
there forces at play that are trying to manipulate markets? Yes.
Yeah.
But is there like a operation something every day? No. Like, have you? I don't know. I guess I'm tired of giving the government so much credit. Like, I've been in government buildings. I was in the Marine Corps. The idiocracy of our government is so deep, and it was 20 years ago. It was 30 years ago. Hasn't gotten any better. The only ones that really have their game together are all these clandestine agencies, and there's like 300 of them.
yeah, I was gonna say I've heard from ex-military personnel that, and even the intelligence fucking sucks.
Yeah. We went over to Afghanistan, to Iraq, and all we did to get our intelligence was we paid people to tell stories.
Yeah.
We said, "Here, tell a story," and then we have data analysts that have to go through the stories, and they're like, "You know what? Fuck this!" Like,
Yeah.
they end up defecting, they end up leaking information because they're like, "This stuff's all garbage." Like, we just killed a whole bunch of people, committed genocide, and called it nationalism, called it liberty, safety.
You mean like that lie that they found Osama bin Laden's complex, and lo and behold, there was absolutely nothing there besides a cave?
Right. Yeah.
Didn't he have like a kidney disease too?
Yeah, I think he died in 2003. To be honest.
Yeah, he did. I mean, the guy that was in the videos didn't even have the same nose.
I think it came from one of his relatives that he died years ago before the Navy SEALs hypothetically took him and buried him in Antarctica.
Right. Right. And the CIA and NSA were like, "Holy shit, we need to do something. This is our enemy. He's supposed to be our enemy for 10 years. Fuck, what are we gonna do?" Body.
Well, he had like 12 doubles.
Yeah.
Hell, it could be any of them.
Yeah.
Even if you got the real one, you could prop the other one up.
Right. I mean, I found my body double. He was on Jeopardy like 3 months ago. Like, anybody can have a body double, right?
Yeah.
He was so much smarter than me, though.
They knew everything about Osama bin Laden. I mean, they
Well, yeah,
paid
because he
him.
worked for us. They trained him. The CIA trained this guy.
He
They're like,
wasn't-
"Oh, yeah, he's our friend."
Yeah, he wasn't a stranger to the intelligence community.
No. The only reason he got mad at us is because we left him after Afghanistan. We said, "Oh yeah, we're going to support you for years," and then we just ducked out and said, "See you later."
And his family is like a rich banker family too.
Billionaires.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Tied into the
Yeah,
bushes.
imagine that. A rich banker family.
Yeah.
Amazing how that works.
They were actually moved out of the U.S., I think, shortly after 9/11.
9/11, yeah.
So they were actually at the base in Burlington. His family lived like right near where I grew up, and they were shipped out of Hanscom Air Force Base. They were flew out of there.
Yeah.
When all flights were shut down, they got out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got out. Yeah. When all flights were not even
Special.
close to New York, they got out. Okay.
I could just imagine
like
some
incredible.
Secret Service agent, get the fuck out now.
Right. Like
You were not here.
That's
It's
like
some
John McCain.
serious
You know,
dystopian shit, seriously.
it's like John McCain. You start the aircraft carrier on fire, and you're the first guy they take off, even though you got hundreds of guys killed, all kinds of people wounded. He's the first man off the ship. Yeah, it figures.
Mm-hmm. So is
I dropped you a
Bitcoin
message.
the question we have is Bitcoin taking over a currency, or will it lose its place of currency? I don't think it'll take over currency. I just think it'll diversify. So it won't just be Bitcoin nearly, so to say. It'll be dodgy coin. It'll be cream. There'll be all types of different currencies. There might even be a currency if the American government was smart, which some of these agencies are really smart because they pay billions of dollars to be creepy and smart. Is they would create their own currency and then pretend like it's somebody, just like we talked about with Bitcoin, pretend like it's somebody that is in like the underground, and then have everybody invest in that and then just take it back.
That would be a way to get our greenbacks back. Instead of having a centralized bank, we have a central bank that has no affiliation or ties to our United States government, nor are they obliged to.
Right.
They don't have American citizens or the government's best interest, to be honest with you.
No, not at all.
They have our government by the balls.
Not a federal department.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we have them by the balls. All we have to do is walk away from those assholes one day and say, fuck you. And
right.
All those bills, those are all yours. And when we're done with you. And then we start over.
There's a minimum amount of society that is walking away. It's happening more every day. There's even an article that was in Washington Post that said, students or millennials are walking away from work to go farm. Like, we're going back to something that counts. It's just going to take a while.
You mean bringing
I don't think a lot of manufacturing at all. Actually, they said, so I just saw scientists talk about, actually it was an Anon video. It was scientists talking about in 2030, they're suggesting that 2.5 billion jobs will be gone. They'll be automated. They won't be anymore. We have too many people, not enough jobs, so we need to do something. We need to go back to services, food, minimized economy. We can't do this type of society anymore. It's sustainable. It doesn't work. And the proof in that is the homeless that sit on the streets that are growing every day. Have you guys been to downtown LA recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken over. It's all the homeless.
OC, LA,
Seattle.
I was gonna say OC has become another breeding ground. Although it's Santa Ana River Trail, it's all homeless people. There's you can
they're all communist states out there on the West Coast. I mean, that's why they do it. They're sanctuary states. Forget cities or states.
Yeah, we could talk West that Coast. For a while.
Yeah, I'll leave Washington out there. They're a little better, but.
Well, I mean, I don't think that I've said this for a while because I used to do outreach. I don't believe our government has any real plan for the homeless, or to even fix it. It's not in. Yeah, and then they come up with these crazy laws saying it's illegal to not have a place of residence, and then you're like, well, then give you a fucking handout. Then you don't get the handout because you don't qualify, and
Right. What about that Hep C breakout in San Diego?
They had a Hep B breakout. Yeah, they had a Hep B breakout in San Diego and Los Angeles County, which is a little bizarre.
Right. That's an easy way to get rid of.
Well, the solution is to bring. Yeah. No, you got to bring more unwashed masses in. That's always a solution to a bad problem. And that always makes it better.
The only way you can get it is from blood-to-blood transfusions. So, either they're having sex with each other, or somebody tainted. Somebody could deliberately, been sharing needles. I don't know. There's a million ways you could spread it maliciously, though. Put in the drug supply.
Well, it's not even. It was a felony to knowingly put HIV in the blood system, but
now it's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, Governor Mumby, he's looking out for you. Going to make you all sick in this whole satanic system they got, man. It's all. We're going to bring you. You're all coming down. That's what it is. It's a satanic system. Let's get used to it.
Alexander Fletcher Williams.
Quit bullshitting yourselves.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion on the Flocka drug, which is Flocka is
Flocka.
Flocka is, well, I don't know. I don't believe it has any government conspiracy. What you're actually referring to is Alpha P2P, which is a very diverse category of cathinones. And the fact that it even got street cred. I mean, it's an old substance that just made it out to the mainstream. I mean, I personally, out in my disease, when I was out there using, I wouldn't switch. I mean, basically, you classify it as some sort of synthetic stimulant, similar to a hybrid between amphetamine and cocaine. But I wouldn't put any government conspiracies that was spread around through anything. But to answer that question, sorry, I just kind of cut in the middle of you guys talking.
Well, no, you're right. I mean,
You're the drug expert. I mean,
Yeah.
There are very evil people out there. There are very disgusting people, but it's not that easy to like just shoot up one person and then it spreads out 2 million people.
Yeah. So I mean, as anybody could have been taking, the fucking local fucking big hot shot fucking heroin dealer, and it spread from there, and that would be a way to get rid of the homeless population. I believe they were having like 80 to 100 deaths a week or some shit. Some shit like that. Hepatitis B.
yeah, something like that used to hit the news. Now it's just like
What? Yeah.
it just glazes everybody over. They just move on. It's
Well,
weird.
yeah, they're all paying attention to Twitter for some reason. Fucking Twitter became news, and I don't fucking understand that. Like,
So Facebook is censored news, and Twitter's real.
yeah, right. And Facebook thought, hey, well, why don't we make tweets look cool? So then they made colored background tweets, and it's just all a clusterfuck.
Well, I can guarantee that, I really calling this out in left field, but I don't see Facebook having a future in the next 5 years. But
I'm so.
Go ahead.
There's so many disgusting things on it.
Oh, on Twitter? Yeah.
Just on the internet in general. Like, people don't use it right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just Twitter's been accused of being leaning one way or the other for politically.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
the owner fucking took last year. They even said that they minimized WikiLeaks. Anything to do with WikiLeaks, they minimized it. So not everybody saw it. And then there was a couple days where they minimized anything to do with Bernie Sanders. You couldn't search and find certain tweets, certain stuff. I mean,
there's lots of ways to cut
like
you
that.
Off. Yeah, it's just all these
unless
tricks.
it's open source. If somebody owns a system, somebody has a friendship, they have a network, and they can minimize the system in any way so that somebody benefits, somebody loses.
Yeah.
So it really has to be open source. You have to just release it out to the world and say, here you go.
Or just have. I mean, you could privatize it, but you could have no restrictions on it. It's possible. I mean, no reporting system, no prioritizing for what's trending. It's possible. I mean, it would look like a clusterfuck, but essentially that's what it should look like. Instead of,
the reporting systems are fascist. I mean, they're shutting down just regular normal speech, and you can do it automatically because people know the rules. They work there. They leak those rules. So if 8 people report a post, then it's going to go down until later on when a human can look at it.
Oh, you get those revenge reports and
revenge reports. They happen all the time.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised that Trump's thing hasn't gone down. So.
Well, but that's it. That's how you know the cake is a lie, because Trump's doesn't go down. So that's the thing.
It's always a 2-tiered at least.
Well, he did incite.
More like a caste system. He did incite. It's always this way.
He did violate. Twitter. Did address that. He did violate on a couple of tweets. He did violate the terms of service on his tweets, specifically when he was threatening Fat Boy over in North Korea, he did, and Twitter addressed it and said it was better in the public interest to stay up there as for historical whatever. I'm like, what the fuck kind of? So you're just making up? You have terms and rules and policies, and you just fucking make them up as you go along.
Oh, well, no, he made the quick corporate decision. He figured out that if he took Donald Trump down, he'd probably DDoSed for about a week from some, mysterious source. It's just not worth it. He made the quick business decision that maybe it's not best to mess with the government.
Well,
Maybe.
I have two things to say about that, and this is not a personal attack against anybody. Can we not call him Fat Boy though? Like, first of all, Donald Trump and him are both very unhealthily overweight. I get that. But there are reasons why people are fat, and there are reasons why people are overweight. And I was overweight at one time, and it's not triggering anything, but we could be offending people out there. like I don't care, but like it's not sensitive. It's not nice. I mean, the guy probably could be a good guy. We never know.
All right, well,
what our American government tells us about the guy.
He killed his uncle. He killed his uncle, though.
Well,
yeah,
so hasn't like half of our presidents killed somebody, right?
That's true, but I mean, he did it as because it was a threat to his fucking hermit kingdom, though.
Like, in a normal day, the American government kills probably 10,000 to 20,000 people.
I'm not saying anybody's better, but he put a fucking hit on his uncle.
I mean, he killed his uncle. Hey, yeah, they had some beef, and they handled it in a very bad manner. I get that. But, like,
it was a mistake.
The society itself kills its own people by hiding government reports about sugar for 50 years, by 1,800 Superfund sites, which infect people with radiation on a daily basis and give them cancer and leukemia. Like, there's a lot of fingers we could be pointing around here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, from now I'm going to call him a short fuck if they don't make it any better
short
for you.
Fuck. I mean, yeah, I'm a short guy. I can deal with that.
Well, what do you guys think about what happened to the defector that happened in a couple weeks ago, where they had a high-ranking?
Oh, I saw that. That was amazing.
He had a high-ranking North Korean officer jetted for the border. They shot him 7 times. And then when he gets over the border, the guy's got fucking tapeworms the size of fucking shack in him, dude.
Yeah, but he's a beast, right? So he's running for it. Well, first he's driving, right? He's driving his car. Somehow he ends up in a ditch. So he's a stupid driver. But then he starts running for it. So he's running on the bridge of no return.
They shot him. They shot him like
7 times.
7 times. Yeah.
So he's like Bullet Tooth Tony at this point. He's running. He drops down, and then the South Korean troops low crawl over to him. I mean, it's a great story. They're probably going to make a movie out of it, I'm sure. I don't know who they'll have in Hollywood play it anymore, but I'm sure they'll have somebody, and then it'll be a great movie. But yeah, this guy's a beast, right? Then he gets over there, and they find that like he's really unhealthy. Well, yeah, the country doesn't have power for half the day. I doubt they have most scientific discoveries over there yet.
Well,
these guys, it's like one big cult.
Yeah, I was going to say cell phones weren't introduced to the public till I think 2 years ago, and
this is like fear personified.
Yeah, you can't dial. You can't. From what I understand, it's a very closed cellular network.
So I bet you can't even probably use the phone near the president or near whoever, whatever his title is. Because he probably thinks like the radio waves will kill him. Like there's a big fear factor going on over there.
There's a good documentary that's out there from this Chinese guy that imports electronics into the company, into the country, and you get a good insight into how North Korea really is as far as technology is concerned.
Okay.
Yeah. He snuggles. He sneaks in DVD players with USB sticks, radios, so that they can listen to South Korean broadcasts. A lot of it.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get a pretty. I forget this guy's name, but it's like a 45-50 minute documentary on smuggling electronics into North Korea from China.
So there's a market.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and he
on.
even pays off North Korean guards to get the shit in the country.
Wow. So slowly but surely, they're getting the information somehow,
Yeah.
some way. There's always a way around a closed system. I just don't know how long it'll take before they go, hey, wait a minute, you're really not like the guy that will live forever, huh? Well, because that's what they've done. So they've taken over 3 generations. It only takes 3 generations to enslave a whole population if you don't have any outside stimulus. You have the kids who think that it's okay, then they become parents. You have the parents who tell the kids, we've always done it this way.
In Pyongyang, they worship as an idol. But if you know anything about Pyongyang is a city for the elite, and of course they are, because most of the people who live there made most of the money from fucking raping the shit off the other people. With the rest of fucking North Korea ain't doing so well. It's poverty level, below poverty level. It's
right.
fucking.
They didn't even try democracy. They didn't even try to make it look like that they weren't gonna like rape and kill everybody. They were just like, we're the elites, you're not, and this is how the system works.
Yeah, and they're all government.
That's the damnedest democracy I've ever seen. I mean,
yeah, the difference is the American government lies to us and we accept it. But they just didn't lie. They just said, hey, you know what?
Uh-oh.
He dropped. You can't talk about North Korea on air, guys. Watch out.
We can't.
What do you guys think about the technology thing then? Because there are more articles saying that North Korea was behind the WannaCry virus.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, they're a country that's in despair. I mean, but I thought that they did a bust. They did a bust on a Tor server. They linked to some guys in France.
Yeah, no, I've been reading it from some sources. I don't know if it's true.
But North Korea did a heist. The Chinese government believed that they were responsible for stealing, I think it was like $30 million from a bank hack. So it wouldn't, putting the WannaCry virus wouldn't surprise me, you know.
Maybe with some help from another country in the close by, but.
Yeah, Kim's like, yeah, this good idea, Windows XP exploit. Nobody suspect.
Yeah, but I mean, like, these companies in there are not so connected to the internet, so they won't be affected.
So we're talking like old dentistry stuff, old MRIs, old medical equipment. That's that's horrible when you think about it. You know, the things that it actually did hit. It almost took down the UK's. Didn't almost take down UK's medical facilities.
Yeah, all these hospitals are all infected. Yeah. There were even parking garages here in my country, and that were infected. Like, these people literally saw this ransomware screen on these pay screens for the car. Yeah, but I don't know what would North Korea really do? I mean, they threaten with these missiles and stuff, but would they like invade South Korea or something? Because that would be a danger, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
they've got a lot of artillery there on the border.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did decide to launch, a lot of people are going to die quick with the amount of artillery they have.
Yeah, and if it's in their local region, then I mean, like, then Americans probably have to go there.
Oh, we are there. Yeah, we are there, right there on the border with the South Koreans. There's always Americans stationed in South Korea.
Yeah,
they're not very advanced, but they do have like 25 million soldiers. I've read somewhere. So
I think a majority of the population is either served in their military or were at some point. I'm not sure if it's volunteer based though. I have to get my facts on that. Sure, I'm gonna kill you.
It's our supreme commander.
But they came out with this new H 15 missile, which is like one of the biggest missiles they've ever done. And I was reading articles saying that it would take them 20 years to come up with an engineering feat where they could actually do an ICBM. Lo and behold, they already have it. So that's kind of out of the water. Now they have missiles that can go, 4,500 miles, probably reach space to what a true ICBM would be, and deploy a nuclear warhead over or in space, go re-entry into the U.S. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think we should congratulate them on their advancements in rocketry.
Yeah, there you go.
I really do. It's good. Let's make a positive out of this. Quit saying, quit being pissed off because they shot some missile over into the water. Say, hey, you guys are getting better. Good job.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean,
but then there are these disputes between China and the region too about these seas and these areas surrounding Asia. Without going too much into like fear mongering and stuff, like how credible would it be that China would use a character such as that to make these threats? Because they can't make them themselves, of course, because they got all these trade relations.
Yeah. Well, I believe they're cutting off a lot of that, now, and with China because of these new sanctions, and it didn't take them even a week before North Korea got around that, and now they're talking with the Russians and doing back end trades with them.
Yeah.
Because I remember the main communication, the main way that the internet was getting into, because I don't believe they have their own any internet service providers in North Korea, but they think they're piggybacking off of some system in China, and that was cut off. So now their internet's coming from Russia. So
I've read that Beijing is the only place North Koreans can actually travel to.
What?
That
Really?
Beijing in China is the only place the North Koreans can actually travel to.
Don't they have one airport? It's air.
I see traffic go across some of their bridges there. It's not a lot of traffic, but
it's not like the Mexican American border crossing. It's one car every.
No, they're serious. Yeah, you get caught over there, you're not just going to get let go. You're going to get dead.
Yeah. I'm just wondering why if they can't travel to any country, but just Beijing, what is the special thing about Beijing?
Probably a vacation spot for the North Korean elite.
Yeah.
Well, they can only go so far. It's like you're still in a pretty heavily police state. It's not like you've really gotten anywhere yet necessarily.
No, that's true.
That'd be a shock, though. I mean, if you're coming from essentially a rural North Korean outlook and you see a big city like that.
Yeah, it's all becoming very commercialized there too. It's.
Yeah, it's like, well, wait a minute. How come these guys have all this and we got a bunch of crap?
Yeah, I think the majority of North Koreans don't want to be in North Korea, except for the elite.
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah, even the elite has to worry. This guy even kills his own uncle, right?
Well, there was a lot of talk, when he got into power, when he came up there, that they thought he was not. I was hearing from the documentaries that they thought he was not even capable of leading his own country. Who the fuck is this guy? He has no military experience. He's highly schooled, but You know, they were doing a lot of trash talking on him from his internally.
I'm back.
Hey.
I got throttled.
Well, he must have gotten butthurt, Tyler, and then decided to kill a bunch of his family in retaliation for doing that.
You remember
He's sensitive.
What's his name? Yeah, the North Koreans they hacked Sony Picture Studio after that movie came out. Was it The Interview? Remember that?
Yeah, but I think that was a marketing scheme.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think it was a marketing scheme to like show the movie because we never heard anything about it again. There was no charges brought up, nothing.
Well, it's like, I don't think you're going to bring North Korea to court.
Well, no, but it just disappeared after the movie premiered. It just disappeared. Like the whole narrative just went away. I don't know.
Let's see. Alexander says his AI is going. Is AI
could be too cynical? I don't know.
AI is taking over by next year? Yes or no?
I think it already is.
On a small scale.
When the quantum computers hit, I think that'll do it. I mean,
yeah,
the kind of computing power you're talking with this new generation of stuff that'll be coming out of, that'll put you over the top.
Yeah, because all you'll have to do is ask your computer, "Hey, computer, create me a new business," and it'll just do it for you.
And if you got your techno robot.
Oh, hey, Terrence.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, where are you? You in Australia?
Yeah, I'm in Sydney at the moment. That's why I wasn't able to jump on the show right away.
Right on, brother. Yeah, he was on an 18-hour plane flight.
Oh my God, it was terrible. I flew China East Airways this time. Very, very nice people. I think we were sitting on park benches for the 18 hours, to be honest with you, inside of the plane.
What are you doing out in Australia?
I live in New Zealand.
What?
Yeah, I live in New Zealand. I just came back to the States for like Standing Rock.
Oh, I didn't know
got
that.
Sucked into like a 2-year war.
He was on a 2-year tour.
Yeah, it's one of the few times I count that as a tour of duty for sure.
Right? That's awesome. Good to see you.
Yeah, and like the Iraqis never followed me back home, unlike fucking Tiger Swan.
I had to make an explainer video because a media person called me and said, like, hey, there's a property owner in Pennsylvania who is concerned about what you said about Tiger Swan. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I saw the live stream, and I don't think like I had a whole little paragraph like this long, and I said, you know what, I'll just live stream about it later on, because I don't think they understand how private security companies work.
No. They think they're like out there, like always in the bushes.
No, and even then, like the names don't matter. Every 2 years, what private security companies are normally doing is pretty illegal. So they only have about a 2-3 year half-life before the legalities make them change the name and turn into a new company.
Right. Next time it'll be like Red Star Logistics or something.
Yeah, like a lot of them are the same guys, the same contracts, all of that stuff.
Same beard, same beer bellies.
Yeah. What the guy that was doing Blackwater and Jade and all of that company's changed like 8 times.
Yeah, right. Now it's academic.
Yeah, it's just when the lawsuits start coming down about the illegal shit that they're doing, they normally change the company within a couple of months there, so there's nobody to charge or even fined in some cases.
So dissolve the company, right?
Yeah. This is one of the private security firms that the oil industry pays, but they pay like 1,000 different companies. And that's only here in the States, and in certain states. When you go overseas, man, they've got some real psychopaths working for them.
Oh yeah, because they can get away with it.
And there isn't like a name, you know. So you'll get into I won't get. I don't know what the show was on was about before I
No, go ahead. You're good.
joined and fucked everything up.
We were talking about the leader of North Korea killing his uncle, and something else. I don't know. Oh, net neutrality and Bitcoin and Lauri Love. So yeah, this fits right in.
Bitcoin's going nuts, man. I think they just broke 10,000.
Yeah, but there was
Yeah, but
some shit went down yesterday.
Oh, I was in the air. Did I miss something?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody pulled out 50 billion out of the market, and nobody, and 5 exchanges went down, and it went down 12%.
I mean, my personal opinion, I'll have to look up and see where I can get my little hands into, but chances are one or two of the bigger banks went through and bought up a bunch of Bitcoin to undermine cryptocurrency. That would be my first. That would be
Right.
my first thought. Because that's their number one competition, and all of these banks would like cryptocurrency to end like right now.
Yeah.
And the way to do that is to buy a bunch of it and then take it back out of the market. It'll loss, but if you're making 100 billion a year, losing 10 billion is nothing.
Right.
I mean, 100 billion. When you're working with what, a 10 trillion for international banking right now.
Yeah, that's what Tyler was saying. It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So most likely we were undermined by one of the banks. And they get to make money off of it as well. So they undermine Bitcoin, but they're cashing in their part of it, right? So they're gonna make back whatever they did.
Well,
in there. But
if they bought up a shitload, they made a fucking profit trying to crash it, but it didn't do a they didn't do a good job. It's still going back up.
Well, because they don't control the entire market. But I mean, if you guys like step back, right, that sounds like general international banking bullshit,
Yeah.
right? So they buy up a company for nothing, undermine it, and then they're the only person they're the only person that you can go through to handle your money. Yeah, I have to like I said, I'm not back on the ground yet, so I haven't been able to like research and see where any of that went.
Well, yeah.
We are still working on the Ripple algorithm. So as soon as I finish that, we'll be able to tell. You can't tell who the money comes from, but you can tell where it's spent, right? So I can't. I don't know people's banking information and all of that stuff, but I can tell in the economy when something large comes along, right? With this algorithm, we'll be able to see where an extra, $100 million, $100 billion was put into the economy, even if it's not traced back to a single person. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We have to be kind of careful just because of some black projects. We have to make sure that doesn't get caught up in it because they like people not to know what they're building, and that does undermine all of that. So like I can't tell if you're working on a new stealth bomber. I can tell if you bought, you know what I mean, a bunch of titanium screws because that shows in the economy. You understand what I'm saying?
On the you're talking about the ledger, the one that everybody's mining computers doing.
Yeah, exactly. And we're still probably 2 or 3 months away from having a working algorithm to be able to tell that. But we'll be able to tell where anybody spends a large amount of money in the economy.
my internet connection's kicking off and on.
I think I mentioned black projects and algorithms in an airport.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have lots of friends at the moment.
Well, you know what's funny is that none of these exchanges are admitting to a DDoS attack, but they were saying that they were over flooded with users, even though most of these exchanges dealt with this more users like 4 months ago and did adjustments. So there was definitely some sort of coordinated attack after they fucking pulled out of the market.
We'll have to some of it's just going back. If it's just happened, like I said, I'm not privy to anything yet, and I haven't got my feelers out to see what I hear back. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that, even if there was an attack on it. you know, all these banking institutions, including guys that are running Bitcoin, would try to squash that. You know what I mean? Or at least hide it until they have a good explanation for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, CoinDesk is saying that they're doing upgrades, but I'm like, so what? You buying more? You buy getting a bigger Cloudflare?
We
Oh,
need
we
to
need to get
talk about
somebody.
Lauri.
We did talk about Lori.
We need.
We need to talk about him more.
You're the
This is
Brit.
Cynthia.
Of course.
This is Cynthia. Yeah.
I'm feeling
This
a
is
little
Cynthia.
British bias going on here.
Well, I mean, Lori's gonna be on our show real soon, and you know what happened after his appeal.
Would you like a jacket potato?
No, but
You need to interview him, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Can
over the
we,
weekend.
can we get him on here?
um,
Can we get him on here?
yeah,
I make your beans and toast for Troy.
I think
Oh my
John
God!
knows
Did
more
you say
about it.
beans and toast?
But yeah,
Beans and toast.
He wants to.
but no,
Beans and toast
oh
for
my
Troy.
God.
No, Laurie promised to be on our show in a few days, but he was very stressed because of all the lawsuits. So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Free Lauri Love. Free Lauri Love.
Children of the UK unite.
Well, yeah. Let's see if
Team Sack.
we can't get him on here. But yeah, I'm sure if he's been like with the lawsuits and all of that, I'm sure he's gonna try to stay low. Um, have they put any gag orders or anything involved with that?
No, but no, there's actually nothing going on right now. No.
Okay.
He's got a public pretender, so of course there's nothing going on.
Well, I mean,
That's what they do.
I remember he tried to get his laptops back after they took them away, and they were trying to beat his decryption or encryption, and they said that the only way he could get back his computers is if he gave him the encryption keys.
Yeah, right.
I'll just do a
Did he
remote
fall
wipe.
out of his? Did he fall out of his? Did he fall out of his chair laughing at that point?
Nah. I guess I guess he dropped it after then. I would have too.
It took us even from the getting our cameras and stuff back from line 3. They gave us the cameras back, but then kept all the memory cards.
What?
Yeah, they want to make propaganda videos.
I should have gave him another one of the. I should have given him another one of the cards. I've got some videos they'd love. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I couldn't actually phone in for the show today, and I got to kind of watch all of it. The people in the airport are already looking at me kind of funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna ask if you're in the airport.
Yeah, I'm in the Sydney airport right now. So yeah.
Fuck the government.
That's why he's talking low so the feds don't get on him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm getting farther and farther away from where they can get me.
Would you like a bacon sandwich?
Is that halal?
I'm probably gonna get a sausage roll the second I get off of the plane.
Oh, in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good rugby
I know
team.
there's some other Yeah, I know there's some other Englishmen in here. The sausage rolls are better in New Zealand than they are in England. Just saying. I'm gonna get beat up.
Is that your disguise?
Somebody just gave us an angry face. I don't know what they're angry at.
All of it. They're just angry.
Well, it could be a lot of things.
Is that your disguise?
No, this is what I always look like. Why is everybody asking me that?
Are you serious?
Guess who? He's got glasses.
He's got the aviators on.
He's shady looking. He's got shifty eyes.
Yep, shifty, shady.
It's definite.
Snoop
Profile
Dogg.
him right off the bat.
Not to get off the topic, but like Trump came out and said the like exact same thing that Bush Jr. said about having that meeting with Putin.
Yeah.
That he looked into his eyes and could tell that he was a good person. Number one thing, do not look directly into Putin's eyes.
No,
Right?
you're a slave at that point.
Everybody that looks into his eyes immediately thinks that he's a good person.
Yeah, like that's the oldest trick in the book. It's like a KGB Jedi mind trick.
That may have been why Obama wasn't quite so influenced by it, because he was always wearing those sunglasses and he managed not to look directly into his eyes.
He had the Putin blockers.
Well, he bowed down to every royal. I mean,
Putin's like Scaramanga.
Yeah, it's just like it steals your soul if you look directly into his eyes.
Man with golden gun.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that one time when he got busted by those I don't know, they were vegans or there's some feminist group, and they came in and when Putin was at like some like car show or something, and they came in topless, and he gave them a thumbs up.
What would you do? Like, that was the deal too. Like, they were all really great looking. How would you not?
well, you see, you couldn't do that in the U.S. It's not politically correct.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like, what do you do when a topless woman comes over to you? What do you do?
High five.
Give her a big hug.
Shake her hand.
Well, there was one with one of the unveiling of the Trump statues, and they get this girl on there, and then like, first of all, she's like 6'5", like 300 pounds, and the guys that are trying to like stop her, they don't know how to do it. There was no way that they could have like grabbed on her and not be considered assault.
Yeah.
And you see, they're like, one guy tries to hold up his shirt, and I mean, that just really made it worse. I'll post the video because it's hilarious. And then even then, it takes like 4 or 5 of them to try to get her out of the door, and she like gets a hold onto the like corner of the door frame.
Yeah.
They can't get her back off of it. They're like pulling on her legs and stuff. It's a great protest, though. I like her style.
The big just won't go down.
Now when I land, I'll be able to do like a show, like from Wellington, and that's for Activate Now too. I'm gonna go out to some of the villages where I have some people and get some interviews and cool modding stuff done there.
I gotcha.
I'd be a lot more with it if, number one, I could talk at like a decent level and
not say something that's going to get you arrested in an airport.
Yeah, I just got to get one more step, guys.
Don't say one of the 5 keywords that'll get you arrested in the airport. I got you.
Yeah, I think I may have said at least 3 or 4 of them already.
Just take care of the stuff.
I keep on looking across the corner. Well, and like TSA is now taking like the weirdest shit. So they took away all of my like little like USB batteries, you know, like the little recharges.
What?
But then like my giant one, they didn't say anything about.
They probably didn't see it.
Like the one that I can. No, they saw it. They took them out and they're like, "Oh, you can't have this one because it's 2,000 milliamps." And I didn't say anything.
I was like,
They took the other one out.
Like, okay.
Yeah, all right.
The guy,
really?
You like the guy just took it out. He's like, dude, I kind of need one of those. You can't.
Yeah, they just took all of my, because I had maybe 3 or 4 of the little like pocket-sized ones, and then I've got a big one that I can run like my laptop or some lights. Or you remember the one that we took down to Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
So I've got that one with me, and that one they didn't say anything about.
That's ridiculous. They
I'm
probably
on the
just needed one themselves. They're like, hey, I need one of these. So let me
I
come up
go
with a
through
reason to
Shanghai.
take it.
Yeah, I think
I was
that
gonna
was it.
say
Because I go through
T.
Shanghai, and they've got like they've got like what 3 billion people, and yet like they don't really give a shit what you go through with.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
they got
gonna.
to sell you that $8 Wi-Fi on the plane.
Yeah, yeah. Well, normally not on this one. I think you had to just hang your phone out the window. I'm telling you, the people were extremely nice. The food was really good, but it felt like you were sitting on literally like a bus seat.
Yeah, I was
And they
gonna
gave
say
me
that.
this pillow that I don't even see why you even gave it to me. Just give me like a piece of paper to bunch up or something. Yeah, I'll give you guys a review report.
Yeah, I was gonna say that TSA kind of made flying in the U.S. More of a hassle.
I'm hoping they don't let me back in. And that's my excuse. I'm already starting to hit the brownness level for where you can just walk in regardless. And I'm wearing a Puerto Rico t-shirt.
Watch, he's on the no-fly list now.
They were trying really hard to figure out some way to make it so that Puerto Ricans were no longer like American citizens. In that first week, they started asking people for passports. It's like, I don't need a
Are you
passport. I'm still in
serious?
America. Yeah. They were trying everything to figure out some way to keep Puerto Ricans from moving freely throughout the country, throughout their country.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm heading there in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I've got. I mean, the list is endless of people that need help and need equipment. I think we're sending another 1,000 solar generators down there by the end of the month.
Right on.
So I'll have at least a couple of those for you. Get them to like some old folks' homes, and fuck. There's like I said, there's an endless list of the amount of people that need help. It's overwhelming sometimes.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I think the first time I'll be there will be at least a month, 2 months, if not three. But whatever you need, just
Well,
let me
that's
know.
and I don't think Anthony's ever coming back.
No, no, I don't
To
think
be
so at
honest,
all. Mino's been out there,
he's
God,
like
2 months,
since I
three
went down
months.
there, and 3 months like since I went down there, and then I went back and forth 3 more times, and I'm pretty sure he's there permanently now.
he lives in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico now.
Yeah, yeah, like he went down with the other water protectors, and like we did, we were in Houston, and then we went all the way down to Florida and all of that, and then he took off to Puerto Rico, and like I said, I don't think he's ever coming back.
He loves it down there.
And he looks, yeah. Have you seen Anthony? He's looking really
No.
good.
Oh, yeah?
He's lost.
He's got a
There's no
Puerto Rican
food. The water
girlfriend.
is.
He's got everything
Yeah,
going on, dude.
Right
he's
on.
lost a bunch of weight, being that there isn't any food.
Well, that's
um,
bound to happen.
yeah, I know he was living he was helping out with like unloading ships on the beach, so he's got like a great tan. It's the healthiest I've ever seen Anthony look.
Right on. Good man. Well, I'll connect with them when I'm down there. I'm gonna need an address, by the way. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to buy a Puerto Rico PO box or something. But I need somewhere somebody can send
No,
some.
I've got addresses where you can get stuff sent
Awesome.
that are good places, and then the same with Boondocks, Canine Rescue.
Okay.
Like, if there's stuff that we need to get way up to the tops of the mountains, those are the guys to get it, because they're
Well,
the
that's
only
what we're
people
doing.
that
We're going
have the
inland.
stones to get up there.
Right. Okay. I can't talk too much about the mission, but it's going to be a good humanitarian mission. Has to do with power and
Awesome.
water.
If I can get one of these larger drones down there, we 3D printed like a box that sits on the bottom, and we can move about 10 pounds worth of medical equipment, or medications
Oh,
up
that's cool.
to the mountains and back. The whole island's only 35 miles wide, so with 10-mile range, there's almost nowhere we can't get medication to.
Right on.
Technology.
As far as power signal, what do we have to look forward
I
to?
know. Yeah. Good luck. We've got the FTR boosters. I know Anthony has one. That's the only way you're going to get cell phone signal up on the top is to take one of our boosters with you.
Okay.
Other than that, it's like hit and miss. So when you land in San Juan, it seems like everything is okay, and then literally a mile outside of the city, it looks like a war zone.
Right. Right.
And right now, I went and talked to you guys know I went up to DC. I went and talked to the Puerto Rican representative. I'm pretty sure she has some sort of contract or involvement with the coal that they're sending down there, which is why she has zero interest in getting people solar.
That's too bad.
So, yeah, the entire grid, it's already 1950s grid that Puerto Rico was running off of, is all ran from coal that they import from West Virginia somewhere.
Wow. That's why they're still in business.
So, yeah. So you can see that's why I walked out of the meeting. It was like going nowhere for no reason other than one of you guys has investments in this coal company, and who the fuck is still buying coal?
Right. I mean,
And I'm writing down the numbers in the when we were in the meeting. I'm running down the numbers, and I'm like, wait a minute. You guys are importing how many tons of coal per every 2 weeks or whatever? How much are those ships costing you? How much is the
exactly. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, out of control, quick.
Right. Okay, so do we have the ability to create our own solar units while we're there? Do we have stores we can purchase supplies?
Okay, so our number one snag with the solar generators are those batteries, right? So the deep
Okay.
cycle batteries are crazy, and the sizes that we need are crazy heavy. The airlines won't send them because of all of these different laws on being able to sell or being able to transport lithium-ion batteries. So that's the only like snag. So what we've had to do is buy through West Marine, and I'm working on getting a better contract with them. If I can get them to like give us, if we buy one, you give us one, you know what I mean, something like that, then we'll be that much better. But the panels, the wiring, the expertise, like that, we all have there. And I've got a distributor for the panels in Puerto Rico, in San Juan.
Okay.
But the batteries are like our biggest snag. So if we can get that boat from Texas or that ship from Texas to Puerto Rico, that'll be where we'll send, 10,000 batteries.
Well, I actually do have that ability, so let's talk
Hopefully
offline.
I don't sink the island with all of the extra weight from the batteries.
Well, but we need them.
Yeah.
Is there any forces, any organized crime we have to worry about? Anybody hijacking supplies?
No, the only people that have hijacked supplies have been FEMA. So, yeah, if you see the FEMA trucks coming down the street, go in the opposite direction.
Wow, that's so bad.
They will steal your shit.
Yeah, but we're concerned about North Korea.
Come on, because he killed his uncle? Is that what we're upset about?
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Oh, did he invade a country to make Halliburton a shitload of money and then hang their leader to lead us to a unending quagmire in the Middle East?
You mean like the 10,000, 20,000 people we kill per day in other countries? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he didn't do any of that. Actually, I don't even think he has a cell phone.
Syria?
No, not at all.
That sounds
No slave exchange in Libya.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem you and your uncle need to work out.
Yeah. All right.
But that's a weird thing for us to really give that much of to give a shit about, or to make some sort of big deal about.
Yeah, true.
Oh no, he killed his uncle, so we're going to invade your country and kill millions of your people. That
Right.
makes sense. That'll show him.
Well, I don't know as far as shelter or transportation how that's all working yet, but I know I have my first plane ticket already bought.
Just be on your toes. I mean, as far as places to stay and all of that, like I've got plenty of connections there, thousands of people that you can stay with depending on what you're doing.
Okay.
But you just need to be like self-sufficient. I mean,
Yeah.
you're good. Like I'm not really worried about you, but if you're bringing any people with you that are kind of weak of heart,
No, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going solo.
yeah, it's really hot. There's no air conditioning. There's no power. There's heaps of mosquitoes. Um, those kind of things are stressful. But as far as I didn't have any problems with organized crime on Puerto Rico. There's 3.5 million people.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't have any. And if you do run into anybody that's in that, bribe them and go on with your day.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I get along with everybody.
Organized crime is much easier to deal with than the government. The government you can't just straight up bribe and go on your day.
Well, that's actually what I meant. I didn't mean like the people like the myths. I meant the real organized crime, which is the United States government.
Yeah, I'd stay away from those. The Coliseum in San Juan is like the black hole for supplies. So anything that goes in there does not come back out.
Okay. All right.
But we get our stuff directly from the docks to the people, and yeah, like I said, I wouldn't. I know some of the other people have tried to work with FEMA. I know Anthony was trying to work with FEMA, and then they stole our 2 dump trucks.
What?
Yeah, well, we had 2 full dump trucks filled with water, and FEMA came and commandeered our trucks filled with the water, and then just parked them in the parking lot.
Wow.
So they're just sitting on a bunch of good water.
Oh, they've got, I mean, literally hundreds, if not thousands of tons of supplies and equipment that's just sitting there. Because for, one government issue or the other, whatever one mayor hates the other mayor for this reason or whatever reason. And yeah, they've got stockpiles. When you go to the docks, they've got entire shipping yards that are just filled with supplies they can't get out.
Jesus.
Yeah, and
All right.
I showed you guys the pictures of the MREs, didn't I?
No.
Yeah, 20,000 MREs that they took out on a run like they were going to go and they pretty much went to the edge of the city and just dumped them in the trash cans, like in these big giant bins.
Wow.
20,000 MREs.
What the fuck? Okay, let me ask a stupid question. So I'm going to be bringing clothes. Is there like laundromats and stuff? I know, right?
There's no power to run them.
I know. So I'm going to have to create one of those old style like buckets with a 5-gallon bucket.
No, just a good set of shorts. Cover yourself in some like washing detergent. Just go jump in the ocean.
No, okay. I guess I can do that too.
But there's normally like a group of people. There were maybe 3 or 4 like grandmas that were taking our laundry and doing it old school.
Oh, right on.
And soap and water.
Yeah. So one of the Life Straw. When are you leaving? I'll get you some equipment before you go.
I'm not leaving till December 15th.
Yeah, I don't want to waste too much time on the show today to like worry about.
Yeah, no worries. Well, it's good to know. I mean, for a public, all the people that want to go over there, these are things you have to think about.
Yeah, I would say, for people that are considering to go to Puerto Rico, if you're watching the show right now, like I said, make sure you're hardy. Make sure you've got a water filter, like portable, one of the Life Straws or something like that with you, and bug spray, because the mosquitoes are insane with with the amount of sitting water, that's in people's houses, that is like just breeding grounds. So a lot of people are sleeping in their backyards, right? Because the houses are, there's no way to get away from the bugs that are there, to get away from the mosquitoes. So a lot of people are just sleeping out in their yards rather than sleep in a concrete building that's 110 degrees.
Okay. So as far as bug spray, what are you thinking? I mean, I don't want to do DEET, right?
Yeah, I'd go with like can you get a hold of like the 100% DEET?
I mean, if I could, but try not to.
But yeah, bring some real bug spray. I know that we had brought some cigadella candles and all of that stuff, which does help on like the small scale. But these things are like
Monster-sized bugs.
ravenous.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
superhuman.
yeah. These are island mosquitoes.
Right
They'll
on.
brush off normal bug spray, no problem.
Alrighty then.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody's in the comments. If they have any questions, I'll definitely answer. Now I'm like 2 weeks behind from being on the ground, so a
But
couple
you were
small
there
things
a
have
good amount of
changed.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and nothing was changing with any sort of quickness.
Right. So the last time that I heard about power, 18, or they were down at 18% because that stupid company in Montana had messed up the work that they had done.
Well, it wasn't. It was like a twofer. So they blew one of the big transformers on the way out of the city, right? And then immediately pulled out their contract, like that same day. So they went down to 18%, and there's no like end in sight. Nobody's picking up the slack in any way, shape, or form. If you go to Haiti, right, it's even worse. They're at like 4 or 5% power, and I mean nobody's even mentioning it. Mentioning it.
Wow. I
Um,
didn't know that.
yeah, yeah. Haiti is wrecked in a way that like Puerto Rico seems like it's got its shit together in comparison. Um, it never recovered from what I mean from the
Still?
earthquake. Yeah. Well, the Clinton Foundation took what
Well, I
$60 billion
know, but you would
and
think
walked away
by
with it.
now.
They're
Jesus
they're
Christ.
brown people. They don't give a shit.
That's fucked. I know. All
I
right,
mean, to be
so
honest,
hop over
Haiti
to
was.
Haiti after Puerto Rico. So what we're saying, or is that a
Well, what
lost
we've been
cause?
doing
Everybody
is,
giving up?
nah, we've just been like with all of ours. We say Puerto Rico when we're talking in live streams and when we're talking to government officials because it's something we can latch onto. But what we really mean is the islands,
All right,
right? Because in as far as like the U.S. is
Barbuda.
concerned, we can get a little bit of help through the U.S. government, but once anything below Puerto Rico and you're on your own, pick up
Okay.
the slack. There is nobody coming down there to help. Um, there's no like large scale. Bernie Sanders isn't making speeches about how Haiti's destroyed, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, fun, fun, fun. But like always,
This
it's an
world is so messed up.
opportunities lack.
Yeah, true. I mean, it'll keep us on working for a while.
Yeah,
Ugh.
unfortunately, it's great to be needed. It's terrible to be needed.
Right. Right. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna jump off.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll catch a
But
flight, and I normally I'd be on for a longer the show. I just happened to see everybody was on,
I got you.
and then on Wednesday, I'll be able to come on for the actual show.
dope. All right,
And I
guys.
think
Have a good night. Thanks,
for
Terrence.
you, Ed, yeah, send me a message because I'm gonna give a speech at one of the at one of the schools here, and I'll live stream that to the Activate Now page.
Great, great. And then we'll talk about the 501c3 and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right, good night.
Good.
Yeah, what was
Yeah,
our?
if anybody has
Go ahead.
stuff in the comments, yeah, I just happened to have a couple of minutes sitting here. Otherwise, I didn't think I was going to be able to make the show at all.
Let me see. Scrolling back up.
And I think my plane might be leaving here soon.
Go
It's
to
one of the
tea
next ones.
tree oil essential oil. It will save you. Antibacterial, antiviral.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They're talking about stuff to take with them. Yeah, the tea tree oil is real good. That's good stuff.
Let me see. I don't think
But
there's
I
a.
would bring like the chemical goodness, as much as I hate all of it. Bring some ciganella candles, but you're gonna need some real deal bug spray.
Like some like out in the bush bug spray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think a couple of the
Don't
people
those
here are
mosquito nets work though?
They do if you would plan on living in a mosquito net.
That's true.
Like that's good for when you're sleeping, but then for the rest of the day, you have to be able to walk around. Maybe get one of those beekeeper outfits.
They just walk around as a beekeeper.
Get a sandwich.
Somebody said H2H. I don't know what that means.
Make me a sandwich.
H2O?
Rather than bring water's heavy, guys.
Yeah.
I would advise you to bring the filters, the life straw filters. There's a couple other companies that make them. You can buy the little filter ones at the Evil Corporation at Walmart. You can buy them just about anywhere. But rather than take water bottles, take filters with you.
I see.
You know, if you're gonna be traveling up into the mountains, carrying 100 pounds worth of water is a nightmare.
Hey, it's just
Where
better
you
just
can
to find a
carry,
natural
three
source of
filters.
water and just clean it.
Yeah. That would be my advice.
They also have that that device. I don't. Isn't it like pocket size now, where it can get you like 12 fluid ounces of water overnight just from the humidity of the air.
Well, I mean, you can go out and buy just a straight up dehumidifier if you want to, but there are some like ones that filter the water after they condense it. I can post some links to some companies that make some like small personal ones, all the way up to like ones that are big enough for a small town.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna start getting. I think they're gonna start loading my plane. So I'll be back on the show here on Wednesday's show.
No, we're gonna be on. I'm gonna be on Thursday, but I don't know about the EU show. They might be doing something a little sooner.
Yeah, we will do the Lauri Love show soon. We're hoping he will get on during the weekend because we invited him on his Twitter account and he promised he would be on soon, 3 or 4 days. So
Okay, yeah, just send me a message, and then I will. You know, even if I can't come on for long, I'll try to come on at least for that part of the show.
All right.
All right, guys.
Hello, I'm Terrence.
Hold on, I gotta alter the audio settings. I had to turn it up for Terrence. So to our viewers, I kind of apologize. I can only change one setting. I don't even know if you guys are hearing a difference, but all right.
yeah, I'm not listening to the end stream, so I don't know how clear he was coming through.
All of
I
my
could hear
bars,
him very low.
all my bars were coming in and maxed out. So way beyond max, I had to maximize the audio mix to 200%. So
Yeah. Okay, then let me do like a quick shout out, like to support Lauri Love fighting his extradition. Visit freelauri.com or search for Courage Foundation on Twitter or on Google or DuckDuckGo. And also fight against the attack on net neutrality. We got like 2 weeks left. Visit battleforthenet.com for more information.
yeah, that's one of the things that, like, if we don't fight that now, this is gonna be horrible. You know, you're just gonna watch the internet turn into fucking Comcast or cable TV, dude.
Yeah, there's no going
CNN.
back.
Yeah.
Guys, we're doing a show tomorrow as well, aren't we?
In the next few days when Lauri can get on the EU show.
Yeah, John, I thought we were doing a show before then, but not now, were we?
I can't understand you with the voice changing.
Oh, fuck, is the voice changer still on?
He doesn't know how to turn it off.
It's even worse.
Look.
Really.
Darth Vader with a big old hawker in his throat.
I was saying, John, are we doing the show? We might be doing the show tonight, aren't we, John? That's what we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, we can do a show tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin's getting all the gear. He should be up and streaming soon, so we might see some more EU shows. Unfortunately, this new job I got is in the time slot where I go to work most of the days now. But
yeah, I'm setting up OBS myself too for streaming. So we got the EU pretty much covered, but yeah, we do actually need 7 days a week streaming for the US show too.
Yeah, and then we got that shit on Sunday where we got I think we're going to be on what is it? Going to be on a competitor's site.
So yeah,
you forgot about it too.
Oh my god,
you forgot about that.
Oh, we're going on Sunday. Yeah, Tyler, you're coming with me, right?
Yeah, for an hour. I can talk to them, but yeah, I can do it for like an hour before I clock in, before I gotta go to work. But yeah, we can, help out. So we're gonna be on one of our competitors' radio shows. They're not really a competitor though. We kind of work. They don't. I don't know.
Who is that? Who show?
A non-UK radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it happens.
Yeah, they want us. So and that will be like at 10 o'clock EU time. So that is GMT +1.
Yeah, it seems like every guest that we get, they get.
How are we going to get on there? We're going to get on there through Google Hangouts, is it?
No, they don't use that. No, they don't use that at all. They use some other platform.
Wait, just call it on the phone or what?
How are we getting on there?
I think it's just God, what? I don't even remember the name of the program.
Wire, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, will be fine. This is radio. They're doing audio only. It's on their own site, I think. Let's see.
John, you sound knackered. You sound tired, John.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah. I'm pretty tired too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go sleep.
So I'm getting tired as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should be on another show maybe this Sunday, but we'll see how that works out. I was surprised they had a heavy metal show. I don't really listen to them very often, but I was surprised they had a heavy metal show going on during the day. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I see them a lot on Twitter. They're like very active there. They're not really active on Facebook or whatever. They're like really on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm just like from the way that we do it. I think I don't know. They're just on a completely. They're more on the whole podcast, internet radio kind of thing, where we've kind of are on a hybrid platform of what they're doing.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to go on that show like last week.
Yeah.
And suddenly I saw like 200 Twitter accounts tweeting that stuff. I was like shocked. I was like, what's happening here? I didn't know they were so popular.
I guess they're not. They're not like I think that their radio broadcast gets. It not only is it on their site, but I think it gets redirected to other internet radio sub-channels and certain podcasts, but I'm not sure how far. I was looking in the back end of like how much it costs to do what they're doing, and it's some big buku dollars. Not big buku, but somebody's paying for some back end stuff. So
yeah, probably.
Hey guys, we created the show a year ago in January. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
1 year.
I think our show runs on a budget of $100. How much?
Oh, we're doing fine then.
Not right.
Yeah.
Everything we use is fucking free.
I'm so tired now. I'm gonna fall asleep. Just not, hopefully not on air.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got on. I think we've covered everything. We covered Lauri Love, BTC Crash, IRS. Oh, wait. There's something we didn't cover. Hold on 1 second. So, I'll just give this real brief because it sounds like everybody's tired. So, on the Vegas shooting, Al Naba, which is an underground ISIS digital magazine that's been going around, they're claiming, and I have the picture I'll put in the chat room, that they are claiming responsibility again for the Vegas shooter attacks. I'll show you the picture. I'll put it right here in the chat room. I can't read Arabic, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's like a red picture, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I didn't know that ISIS had an underground digital magazine going around. But they're claiming that Stephen Paddock was one of them and had claimed allegiance to them, and that's the responsibility. But who knows? Who knows what's the fucking truth, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Who knows?
Well, it sure as hell ain't the official story.
Yeah.
You know, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
this old timer, he didn't do it by himself. No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Night, guys.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Troy.
But you know, I'll look more into this. I just need to get somebody who can nab down where you'd find any of this shit and actually read fucking Arabic, but because I can't read it, look at what the hell they're saying, you know?
Yeah. You know, it used to be you would take somebody at their word until you could prove they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, wait a minute, it's
they're claiming everything, dude. If a fucking a gas leak happened and exploded in America, they would say that they did it. You know, that's what we're dealing with. You know, so we don't know. Other than that, we'll be on next week. Greg, I think Greg will be here, right, John?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're falling asleep.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Greg Ballast is supposed to come in.
Yeah.
That's like, is that right? On the EU show or?
No, the US show. We might be running on Friday next week. So when Greg comes on,
yeah, he's pretty big.
Yeah, and he was. Remember, we were talking to. God, I'm drawing blanks for his name. Where he was. He was
Zach D. Roberts.
Yeah, Zach D. Roberts. Yeah. They were pumping out a movie about how your vote, about voting and stuff like that, and be interesting to talk to him about what's going on and talk about some other things. But I want to thank all of our people for tuning in. You know, sorry, I'm falling asleep as well.
Time to call it quits.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week. I'll roll with the outro, and we'll see you next week. Or the EU show will be up in a couple of days, but the American show we'll see you next week. All right. And
hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly.